Welcome back to Kansei, where this is in fact getting complicated. To review. Yeah, Mr. Auten's been into some real shady stuff. We have Liam Auten in here, who was participating in dogfighting and was in the process of getting cut out of Mr. Auten's will, but Mr. Auten died before Liam could get cut out. Mr. Auten has a clear drinking problem. Mr. Auten has a secret vault. Let's see. We have suspicions that Marissa the reporter was directly or near directly impacted by Mr. Auten's illegal activities. Hence why a rookie journalist would be seeking him out for an interview, trying to get dirt on his activities. Why she'd seem so intrigued or concerned with his illegal activities as she is. You know, Mr. Auten's has been doing a lot of below-the-board stuff, like not actually paying Kevin for his time, which explains Kevin the IT guy's reactions. A few of his odd reactions in our conversation with him. And as well as Sophia, his loyal assistant, who has a family member on the organ, moved up the organ donation / creation list in return for her services as assistant. So everyone's got a bit of a cat in the race here in terms of the killing Mr. Auten. Spectacular. We also have this mystery at the top here. Does Mr. Auten know Kangai? Or did he just mistake us for someone familiar? It seems like he might have mistaken us for Liam. That was my initial theory. Mistook us for Liam, since we got mistaken for Liam before that. Let's see, what's up, Aki?
What about you? Find anything interesting?
Quite a bit. But when I read Mr. Auten's death, the last thing he thought about was protecting a vault. He said the vault had to be protected at all costs.
Maybe the killer is after it too. We should try to figure out what's in it.
We have to figure out where it is first.
Or, better yet, actually find it.
Boom, bingo. Did you learn anything else when you were speaking to Liam?
Well, he did mention that his uncle likes to drink.
We knew that one. It's not exactly news. I'm pretty sure everyone here knows that.
It sure makes poisoning him easy though, huh?
Quite. So you and the others are criminals, huh?
I see Miko has been talking to you.
Li Mei is the one who told me.
Well, I won't deny that we've done things on both sides of the law. But we're not just a bunch of criminals, okay? I have my reasons.
I could see you doing... Yeah, let's not recall that. Let's recall that when Aki and Naoki came to town, Aki was certainly using her Kansei to pull con jobs and make money. But you could justify that on the grounds of two kids living on their own trying to survive by any means necessary. Exploit as much of the house as I can.
But?
I haven't gotten a good look at the security room. Kevin's always in there, and I don't want to be poking around while he's watching.
I don't suppose you could sneak in or something?
Don't think so. What if we found a way to get him out of that room? I'll probably lock the door behind him.
Darn. Well, exercise the options you have, I guess. Have you found that vault he was worried about?
Not yet.
Might want to start there.
The vault, huh? No more questions.
That's cool. We'll talk later.
Globe. Oh, Peaches peaches are actually light bulbs.
Hey, Kangai, right?
Oh, hi, Liam. Liam approaches me as soon as I enter the hallway. Huh? Yeah, what's up? He runs his fingers through his hair and yawns.
Just wondering if you were on good terms with that police dude.
I wouldn't really say that I am.
Huh. Well, that sucks.
He shoves his hands in his pockets.
I told him I wanted to go, and he was all like, I can't leave because Uncle is something or other.
Dead, you mean? Liam stares at me as if I've just placed an octopus on top of my head.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Auten is dead. He just died. Did Aki even tell him any of this when she was speaking with him? Liam's eyes dilate as he processes my statement.
Wait, so that means...
His eyes light up as a self-satisfied smirk spreads across his face. Ah, yes, priorities.
Well, there's irony for you.
What's so ironic about it?
Oh, come on. What isn't ironic about it? The man makes artificial hearts for a living, but his own ticker fails on him?
I purse my lips in an attempt to keep my voice calm. You don't seem that cut up about it.
Why should I be? He was due for it soon enough with the way he was drinking. A heart attack, right?
What if I get in trouble for punching this guy in the face? Good question. No. Looks like it was... It's interesting how we can... This feels like it's going to be important to... You know what? No. Looks more like he was murdered. Again, Liam takes a few seconds to process my statement. When it finally registers, his face twists into an expression of fear.
Murdered?
Liam begins pacing back and forth, muttering to himself under his breath as he does.
No, definitely no. She said I had more time. Why?
Aha, correct decision. Finally turns back to me and grabs my shoulders.
Are you sure it was murder?
We won't be able to say for sure until the autopsy, but yeah, pretty sure.
No. This is not good. Not good.
He glances back and forth as if he's expecting to see something leap out of the shadows and take him.
I need to think.
This was either the right decision or the very wrong decision. He dashes off down the hallway. Liam, wait! Take off after him and arrive in the main entrance, just in time to see him race up the stairs. I follow him up the steps, but he's already disappeared by the time I get there. Hi. No more questions. Interesting. No more questions.
That's cool. We'll talk later.
Red screen looks very old. Kevin smirks at me as I enter.
You're an interesting guy, Kangai.
What are you talking about?
Well, for one, you keep some interesting company. I was bored, so I decided to run facial recognition on them. I found quite a few newsreels about them, complete with security camera footage and mugshots. I admit, I literally laughed out loud at the one where they sold ownership shares to the Space Needle.
Cool. They did what?
Oh, you didn't know? Like I said, you keep some interesting company. Weirdly enough, when I looked up their police records, they were completely empty. They haven't been charged with anything.
No surprise there. Detective Gursky said that Aki cut a deal. No doubt she used her Kansei to make her argument a little more compelling.
The other girl with you is the real problem, though.
Who, Li Mei?
I couldn't find a single thing on her. No online profile, no yearbook, no images of her anywhere, and no connection to anything your other friends did.
So maybe she doesn't like social networking and she was homeschooled. What's the big deal?
Dude, seriously? Gotta make a real effort to be that much of a ghost. There's no way that the government isn't involved in trying to cover something up.
You're one of those guys who thinks the moon landing was faked, aren't you?
Oh, come on, it's not like that. Besides, how much do you know about her anyway?
I literally just met her yesterday. I can't exactly tell him that she has a Kansei that makes her a human sponge for emotions. Beyond that, I really don't know a thing. Aki seemed uncomfortable about the topic, and Detective Gursky shut me down completely when I asked. I know enough.
Of course you do. You're the genius detective, after all.
Oh, no. Kevin taps a few keys on his keyboard, and two of the monitors light up with an old newspaper article.
Genius siblings solve another cold case.
Siblings?
I gotta admit, you're actually kinda cool. So, are you on a super secret mission right now or something?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know, since you're using a fake name and hanging out with criminals and stuff.
Oh, right. If he found that article, it means he knows who I am. I hate this house. No, it's just Aki's nickname for me. We'll do
Well,
this.
that's disappointing.
It's not to pique your imagination. Life's not all secret missions and government conspiracies, you know.
It would be cooler if it were.
You know anything about the vault hidden in the house?
A vault?
Sorry.
A vault? Can't say I do. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably in his office. It's the most secure place around here, after all. Although, I can't think of anything he might have that's more valuable than that precious artifact collection of his. He sunk more money than I care to think about buying all that old stuff up. Maybe that old museum of his is the vault. He certainly loves it enough.
What do you mean?
He wanders in there all the time, just to look at stuff.
Kevin points at one of the monitors on the wall. Glowing screen displays an angled image of the museum.
That room has so much stuff he cares about. You could probably say it's his vault.
Kevin points to the bottom corner of the screen.
There's a blind spot right here. Anything under the camera won't show up on the monitor. It's the only place in the house with such a massive blind spot. I keep telling Mr. Auten that we should reposition the camera, but he refuses.
I heard Mr. Auten willingly hide a portion of his house. I think there's something there that he doesn't want Kevin to see. I'll have to go inspect it myself. So, about your family's dead. Kevin's face darkens and he tugs on his hair nervously.
Yeah, that...
There's nothing to feel bad about.
You think so? Because I think there's plenty to feel bad about.
He glares at me.
My parents took out a loan so I could go to a good college, yeah? Everything looks okay until my last year when the company suddenly changes their policy. The minimum payment shoots up and the interest rate goes through the roof.
They can't do that.
Sure they can. It was in the contract, printed all tiny and in legal junk.
He rolls his eyes.
My parents are too trusting, but they wouldn't have gotten into this situation if it wasn't for me.
Oh.
And if I had been there, maybe I could have read the contract myself and seen something.
Looks like he wants to say more, but instead he merely gazes at the ground.
So yeah, I feel pretty bad about it. But what can I do, you know?
That's all for now.
Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
You're... I don't know what to make of you. I feel like you're throwing up instant danger flags. That you have the chops to just run facial recognition on me, and then backtrace me and find the traces of Kangai's old life that he's trying to hide. Kitchen, museum, restroom, hallway. Nothing interesting to find there, just checking. Marissa's gone. I wonder where she went. Museum? Li Mei? No more questions. She nods. I'm not sure where that door leads. Outside, I guess? Either way, it's locked. Just the... Oh, I examined the wooden box at the far end of the room. It's the only item in the room that can't be seen with the security cameras. It's also one of the few items not under glass. I suspect that Mr. Auten was hiding something inside this box. I run my hands along the side of the box, looking for some sort of a latch or door. The decorative panels on the box shifts under my fingers, but nothing happens. Hey, Li Mei, do you know anything about this? I point at the box, and Li Mei approaches it and inspects it carefully.
It's locked.
What do you mean? I don't see a keyhole on it or anything. She shakes her head.
It is a puzzle box. You must rearrange the panels on the side to open the doors.
Oh, I see. How do I do that? She shakes her head again.
I will do it.
Are you sure?
I want to help.
Oh, thanks.
Aki does not let me work because she worries about me. But there's no danger with this. I can be useful again.
If she wants to, I don't see why I shouldn't let her. She probably has a better idea of what to do anyway. Wouldn't actually know where to begin. She touches the side panel lightly and slides it back and forth, tilting her ear towards the box as if she's listening for something. After a few seconds, she moves her hand to the other side of the box and repeats the process. She pauses, takes a step back, and looks at the box carefully.
This will take some time. Please return later.
Huh? Oh, sure. Back out of the room to give her some time to herself. Thanks, Li Mei. Alright, locked. Naoki? Do you do everything your sister tells you to do? Seems like you keep giving up what you want in order to please her.
Actually, it's sort of the other way around.
Eh?
Our mother died during birth, so Aki was the one who had to raise me. She gave up her life for
Oh
my
gosh.
sake.
Oh gosh. It's no wonder you feel that way
I guess
then.
after making her life so difficult, I'm just trying to make things easier for her now.
Oh.
Besides, I don't do everything she tells me to. We argue all the time.
Seriously? It sure doesn't look like it to me.
Stay with us a little longer, and you'll see plenty.
Alright, why do Aki and Detective Gursky hate each other so much?
Well, both of them have very strong personalities, but they have different approaches to solving problems. He thinks she's too impulsive, and she thinks he's too indecisive.
And what do you think?
I think they're both right, and I think things are gonna go terribly again if they don't realize this.
Again? What happened?
I guess...
Naoki bobs his head back and forth as if he's trying to think of a tactful way to say something blunt.
Well, they both agreed that it was the worst blind date ever.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Oh, please don't tell anyone I told you that.
Oh gosh. Naturally, they're gonna tell everyone. Yeah, sure. I can keep my mouth shut. Naoki smiles at me. He looks relieved.
I'm sorry, I have to get going.
Huh? What's up?
Aki wants me to look around upstairs for a bit.
Right, okay, sure. See you, I guess? Sophia! Anyone in your family suffer from any kind of medical condition? Sophia places her hands on her hips and gives me a sharp glare.
Has someone been talking about my husband?
No. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have been so blunt about him. Liam told me about him. Did he? Okay, I mean technically. Let's throw Liam under the bus. He's a dog-fighting twat. Liam told me about him.
That boy.
Olivia's expression tightens for a brief moment, but it doesn't take long for her to regain her composure.
Yes, my husband's heart is failing, and Auten Engineering is the only company with the technology to keep him alive. Mr. Auten allowed my husband preferential treatment in exchange for my services. I may not receive a paycheck, but I value my husband's well-being even more.
She clasps her hands together and straightens her back.
Now please do not pry any further into my private life.
Understood. What about a vault or a safe in here?
Yes, Mr. Auten mentioned a safe place once or twice, although I don't know the exact location. I'm sure it's in the house somewhere, but the way he spoke of how inconvenient it was, I assume it wasn't located in his study.
Oh. Maybe it is the puzzle box. Any reason why anyone would have killed Mr. Auten?
Sadly, I could name several. Mr. Auten wasn't a very popular man in the business world. His most recent project stepped on a lot of toes.
And that would be...
Organ replication.
What?
Auten Engineering is concerned mostly with mechanical organs like artificial hearts or lungs. But lately, Mr. Auten has been trying to find a way to grow organs from living tissue. The process involves taking a tissue sample from the patient and using it to recreate the organ they need replaced. It ensures compatibility, and it allows for replacement of things impossible to substitute with mechanics, for instance bone marrow. The end goal was to be able to recreate any and all parts of the human body when necessary.
That sounds pretty sketchy.
Well, under certain circumstances it is. Of course, technicalities aside, the ethics of such research. Well, there were the obvious protests, demonstrations, and death threats.
Ah. Hang on. Why didn't you mention this before?
I didn't think it was important.
Are you kidding? He received death threats and now he's dead? You seriously don't see the connection?
But none of them seemed like serious concerns. Besides, Mr. Auten received death threats for lots of his work. I didn't think this would be any different.
Oh, really? Why would people threaten to kill him?
He saved a lot of lives with his work, but people have died because of him too. Once in a while, one of the organs built by Auten Engineering malfunctions and someone dies as a result. It's not a common occurrence by any means, but they are tragic, and Mr. Auten often receives the full hatred of the victim's family.
That's when you take him to court.
And of course, it's very expensive to get a replacement organ. People have gone into debt over them, and that brings about much hatred as well.
It's starting to become more evident why Mr. Auten doesn't like living around people. If that many people hated me, I'd probably lock myself up too. You'd think with all the lives he saved, people wouldn't hate him so much.
It's really not as simple as that. It's possible to do good things with bad intentions.
Whoa, she looks angry. Thought she was really distraught about Mr. Aten's death, but looking at her now, she definitely seems to be harboring anger towards him.
I'm sorry, I really don't know much more than this. The only thing I know about his work is what I wrote for his press releases. I know he kept copies of all of his research, but I'm afraid I wouldn't know where to look.
No more questions. I'll come back later. So not just... No more questions.
Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
Oh shit, sorry.
Come by if you want to ask me
Second of all, Aki's here. No more questions.
That's cool. We'll talk later.
Upstairs. Gursky's here. Oh shit. Alright, we'll break this out. A lot of people are mad about Mr. Auten about his research. Gursky rolls his eyes.
Don't I know it. There have been multiple public demonstrations concerning Auten Engineering's work.
Do you think it might have something to do with his death?
It's possible, but it's hardly likely. I don't see how any one of his demonstrators could have gotten in here to kill Mr. Auten. An attempt on his life by one of them is more likely to take the form of a gunman or a bomb.
Fair enough. Never mind.
All right then.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello, Kangai. Did you need to...
Marissa points at the stall. No, it's fine. I was just wondering what you were doing in here. Marissa frowns and begins to fidget.
Well,
Wait, do I want to know?
it's nothing bad.
She scans the room quickly with her eyes.
I just needed a place where I could be private. You know, someplace where no one's watching. There are cameras all over this place, you know?
So? She shivers.
That's terrifying. Aren't you bothered by the fact that someone you don't know could be watching your every move at any point in time?
That's just Kevin.
We
He's...
give up so much of our private lives into the hands of strangers, and we don't even think twice. Doesn't it bother you?
I guess so. It's probably something that should bother me more, all things considered.
Well, Mr. Auten at least had the decency to leave the restroom as a private area. I wonder how long that will last.
So you came in here because you need to be alone.
I just needed some time to think without feeling like someone is watching me.
I guess. I'll just leave you alone then. Yeah. As I go right back in. Hey, feeling better?
Yes. I'm sorry for earlier. I just needed some time to myself to think.
Come up with anything?
I'm really not sure. I'm probably just overthinking.
About what?
Mr. Auten's death.
She touches the side of her forehead and rubs it slowly.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking. Sometimes I see scandal where there isn't any.
These things happen.
I really need to do more research before I say anything.
Marissa's definitely nervous about something. She keeps repeating herself. She figured out something. No more questions.
I'll talk to you later then.
Alright. Don't have anything to share with her. Li Mei? How's it going with the puzzle box? Li Mei nods at the wooden box. I approach it and gently touch the doors. I hear a soft click. Doors spring open, making little sound on the smoothly carved hinges. Whoa, good job. My heart sinks as the door opens. It's empty. Li Mei nods and touches my hand. A small smile flickers across her lips.
That is only the first door.
Oh, the first door? What are you talking about? She takes my hand and places it in the box, pressing my fingertips against the underside at the top of the box. Fingers trace out the shape of a small hole carved in the wood. Next to it, a worn series of characters, probably Chinese. There's a keyhole in here. Li Mei nods. Oh, she's enjoying this. What does the writing say?
The key is in the place between mind and body.
Must be some sort of secret compartment hidden in here. Guess I'll have to find the key in order to open it. Li Mei nods.
I've already searched this room, but I cannot find it.
Maybe it's somewhere else in this house. If it's in the place between mind and body, I wonder what that means. Li Mei's eyes flick back to the tapestry on the wall. Oh. Tiger and dragon are rivals. Represent physical versus mental, body versus mind. Dragon, tiger. No more questions. Tiger, tortoise, dragon, phoenix, and tiger. Li Mei says they're from Chinese mythology. Figure. Where can we find tortoise and a dragon? What do you think, Aki? Nothing?
That's cool. We'll talk later.
Oh. Dragon and a tiger. Is that the space between mind and body the puzzle box was referring to? Run my hand along the orb. Nothing. Mr. Auten was trying to keep all this secret, so... Look at the camera on the ceiling and move around the fountain slowly until I'm hidden from view. Sophia's going to kill me if she finds me messing with this thing. Run my hand down the orb carefully until I feel a seam in the glass. Press it gently and it moves to the side, revealing a thin metal rod twisted into an intricate pattern on one end. Is this the key? Glance up just to make sure the camera isn't watching me before I take the key and slide it into my pocket. Hell yeah. Found a key in the glass orb between the dragon and the tiger. I should take it to Li Mei. Hell yeah. Making moves. Li Mei looks up at me with a smile. Oh, the smile as soon as I enter.
You're excited.
Oh, of course I am. Look at the key I found hidden in the water fountain. Li Mei smiles. She's clearly as pleased as I am. Oh, you love to see it. I place the key in her delicate fingers and she inserts it into the keyhole. Moves it back and forth slowly, pressing her ear to the side of the box as she does. I hear a metallic click, followed by the sound of something falling. Finally, she lets out a quiet sigh. She straightens up and nods confidently. You got it? She steps aside to show me the open box. Single SD card lies on the bottom of the box. Oh, we got an achievement. Li Mei and I look at each other with triumphant smiles. Take the SD card from the box and tuck it into my back pocket. We'll have to look at it later. Nice work. Li Mei looks pleased with herself. She nods, as if to agree that she did in fact do a good job. Hell yeah. No more questions. Now the question is, what do we do with this?
Come by if you want to ask me anything.
We need to get Kevin out of the room. My stomach lurches as soon as I step into the hall. Oh no. Oh no. I spin around, looking down the stretch of doors, but I don't see anything. What is it? Who? Bathroom, it has to be in there. Rush to the bathroom door and throw it open. Oh shit. As I enter the bathroom, my stomach does another flip. This is not the scene I was hoping for. The mirror in the bathroom has been shattered by a single blow. Lines of red trickle slowly down the glass. The body has been hastily tossed into one of the bathroom stalls. I approach and recoil at the sight. It's Marissa. Shards of glass are embedded in her forehead and blood drips slowly down her face. Blood hasn't dried yet. That means she must have died recently. I kneel beside her and touch her hand. As soon as my fingertips touch her palm, my mind is flooded with her final thoughts. I'm struggling, but whoever is holding me is stronger than I am. I twist around and open my mouth to scream, but I feel my hand being forced forward. Last thing I see is my reflection rushing towards me. In the mirror, I see the blur of my assailant reflected as well. Kevin! A sharp pain rips through my head, and then nothing. Oh shit! As soon as I return to reality, I stand and run to the lobby. Detective Gursky! Aki!
Whoa, Con, what's up?
I stop to catch my breath. It's Marissa. She's been killed.
What?
In the bathroom. It was... The conversation is interrupted by a shrill beeping noise.
What is that?
Upstairs, I hear the pounding of footsteps. Liam races down the stairs, his eyes lit with excitement. Naoki follows behind him, looking confused.
Hey, can we finally go now?
Shut up, Liam.
What? No.
But we're coming out of lockdown. That beeping noise means that all the doors are going to be unlocked.
Unlocked? Oh no.
I race down the hallway to the security room. The doors hang wide open. Kevin is nowhere to be seen. Li Mei appears in the doorway. She looks scared.
Kevin ran out through the museum. I tried to stop him, but he had a knife.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Aki shakes her head and places a hand on Li Mei's shoulder.
No, it's okay. You did the right thing.
Oh shit. Even as she says that, her face tightens. She's clearly not happy. Fortunately, Naoki appears behind Li Mei and with more bad news.
Liam's gone too. He made a bolt for the front door as soon as we turned around. Detective Gursky went after him, but...
Aki smashes her fist into the keyboard. I'm fairly certain I hear the sound of plastic snapping.
How could we
Aki,
have been so stupid?
One.
Naoki watches helplessly while Aki fumes.
Stupid! Stupid! Stupid!
There's nothing we could have done.
Nothing? Well, that's not true.
Aki snorts through her nose.
We had everything, Con, but we didn't piece it together fast enough. We should have known. And now look. Marissa's dead, and 2 of our suspects have run away. Surely we could have stopped at least some of this.
Aki sighs, and her shoulders sink. Did we fail by... I don't think we told Marissa that it might have been a murder. That might have been where we failed, if this is a failure state.
We're going to be in so much trouble. I don't know if...
Her rage disappeared, replaced by a sense of broken defeat.
We're done here. Let's just wait for the police. There's nothing we can do anymore.
Hey, it's not a total loss. I reach into my pocket and run my finger slowly along the edge of the SD card.
What are you talking about?
It's... I'm interrupted by the sound of sirens.
Looks like the police are here.
Aki gives me a knowing look.
We'll talk about this later.
Yep, bad ending. Interesting. As soon as we arrive back at the apartment, Aki locks the front door and turns to face Limei and I.
So, did you find anything?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. I pull out the SD card from my back pocket.
Where did you find that?
Museum. Mr. Auten went to great lengths to keep this hidden.
Then we'd better have a look at it.
I don't know. Don't you think we should hand this over to Detective Gursky?
Why would we do that? If it's important, we'll let him know about it eventually. Besides, it's not like the police would have found that anyway, so they're not missing out on anything.
I guess so.
So what are we waiting for? Let's have a look at this.
Oh, alright. She pops the SD card into her computer and wait patiently for the data to load. Click through the files quickly and we scan the contents of each one as they load. Most of it looks like little more than complicated formulas and diagrams to me. Nothing about breaking down certain types of tissue, it seems.
A lot of this is pretty complicated stuff.
No kidding. It looks like Mr. Auten's been working on some sort of secret project for quite some time.
Suddenly things start to fall into place. His office was private so that no one would see him working. When he was done, he'd hide his progress in the vault in the museum. No one would even guess anything was there. Whatever this project was, it must have meant a lot to him.
Oh hey, a video file.
Oh, I double-click and the file pops open. A pixelated video fills the screen.
Wow, lousy camera quality.
Aki frowns and resizes the video, but it doesn't do much to improve the quality. I can make out the video appears to be of a young man walking down a bare, white hallway.
Where was this taken?
It looks like security camera footage. The angle's very high.
So Mr. Auten was spying on someone? That's creepy.
Video zooms in on the young man's face, and an uneasy feeling settles in my stomach. Aki stares at the screen, then back at me.
Con, this guy in the video? That's you.
Oh shit. Oh shit! Well, I'll be damned. Oh, the original designs for the lead cast. Oh. Those are really cute designs, but, well. Seems like we still have a lot to sort out here. Oh gosh. So Liam bolted quickly. Kevin killed Marissa and bolted quickly. My one thought about how to advance would be to try and get Marissa. Or at least get Marissa to put her thoughts together earlier. And hopefully that gets whatever is on her mind out into the open before we run out of time and Kevin kills Marissa and leaves. As that's... Yeah, we by no means have the answers yet. We have some answers. But we have many, many more questions. I think I'm going to cut this one short here. Next time, we're going to try and skip through a lot of stuff we've seen earlier. Try and get closer to the truth. Until next time, until then.